Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Again, I am sorry I haven't made any content for a little while, but let's face it, there hasn't really been much to make content about. I haven't seen Romulus yet. I'm hoping to see it tomorrow, uh, but hey, you'll know when I do because I will definitely be making a video, if not a live stream. But I want to talk about Terminator Zero because I watched that. It came out Thursday, I believe. Um, I started watching it Thursday, finished watching it Friday night, and I have to say, it's not terrible. It's not a bad anime series, um, but I do have some issues with it. Um, it does respect the Terminator lore, and it does explain a few of the issues with time travel in the Terminator universe. But there are always things that go wrong with this sort of stuff, and yeah, we'll I might see if I can get on and talk to some people about it as well. Get some on a live stream at some point. We don't know. We'll see if we can arrange something. But all in all, I think it's a good show. It's okay. It's not brilliant. It's not outstanding, but it is good. It's okay. Um, I was so looking forward to it ever since it was first announced. I mean, what was the first announcement we had was that small teaser of the opening title type deal on Netflix. But what was that, 2 years ago? Can't even remember when that was. I'm sure if you look back on my videos, I'm pretty sure I did a reaction to it pretty much as soon as I found it, which hopefully I would say that was the same day it came out. The teaser. But I mean, I was intrigued by an anime Terminator. Um, we haven't had any good stuff from Terminator for a while. A lot of people are saying that we haven't had any good Terminator since Terminator 2 Judgment Day. But I mean, movie wise, yeah, you're right. But because Rise of the Machines was pretty bad. Let's face it, it was pretty bad. Um, but then we had, what did we have after that? We had Salvation. Terrible, terrible. It's an interesting concept, and it could have gone a different way with it, and it would have been a much better movie in all. But yeah, not that great. But Terminator Zero, it's a good series. It's a good attempt to make some good Terminator. I mean, it is good Terminator. It respects the canon. It respects the lore. Um, and aesthetically, it's it's as close as you can be. It really is. I think the Terminators look a little bit different because I think there might actually be earlier models as well. If that makes any sense. Because this guy, I don't think he's a T100. I think he's an older version, maybe a newer version. I don't know. I can't remember. Because I think the first Terminator was a T100. But then I can't remember. I mean, I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna have to go back and watch them. I think. We'll see. We'll see. Might do. Hey, how do you think about me doing a watch party, a watch along? That might be a good idea for the Terminator films. All of them. But yeah, we have had some good Terminator since Terminator 2. We had the Sarah Connor Chronicles with the lovely Summer Glau. But it kind of meandered towards the end of season 2, which is probably why it got cancelled, because obviously people were getting annoyed with the time travel aspect. I mean, go back in time, go forward in time, whatever. Just don't do it too often, because we want some good stuff involved. But also, it changed the lore of Terminator because, I mean, well, not necessarily lore. I mean, it did respect canon, but it kind of blurred the time travel aspect, because obviously they said once you go back, you can't. Once you go back in time, you can't go back. You can't travel back to where you came from. With Terminator Zero, they did explain something about that. It's a common thing that I've seen in time travel. Actually, I mean, that's not going to be a spoiler. I mean, it's in other sci-fi franchises. But when you go back in time, you're not in the same timeline, if that makes any sense. The moment you step through into the past, you're not. I mean, it is a completely different future from the start, from that point. So you're not actually saving your time. You're change, because your time just ceases to exist. Because you make too many. Because you can't go back without changing anything, right? As far as we know. But what's this? Interesting. Anyway, just had a notification. Sorry about that. But yeah, with Zero, I was a little disappointed. Visually, it's outstanding. I mean, it's great animator. What it's style. It's also, I don't know. To me, it feels like it was originally pitched as a movie, and this was them basically stretching a script out. I mean, we've seen it before, right? We've seen it with movie scripts that have been expanded to be a show. I'm sure people in the comments will know what I'm talking about. There are some TV shows that were originally meant to be movies, and vice versa. But yeah, I would recommend watching it. But I would also recommend watching it all the Terminators from start to finish, because it'll kind of give you the impression of what's been going wrong with Terminator from Terminator 2 Judgment Day onwards. But Sarah Connor Chronicles, they did kind of correct a lot of the mistakes, and it was a good series. But Zero is a good series, but it was disappointing. I felt like it could have just been a 2 hour long anime movie, to be honest, instead of the it's 8 episodes. I'd say roughly 6 hours, 6.5 hours, something like that. Of watch time. I mean, I think it would have been better as a 2 hour anime movie rather than a 8 episode long series of 27 minutes. So, yeah, I'd say about 7.5 hours, something like 7 hours, say, give or take. Rough. That's rough, guys. So don't attack me just because I say that, because it is a rough estimate. I mean, I'm not going to calculate because I'll have to go back and I'll have to check how long each episode is in comparison to them all, and then calculate it that way. But I'm not going to bother with that. It's a rough estimate, basically. So roughly 7.5 hours. But yeah, I would watch it again probably. But there is a lot of filler, in my opinion. It's like there's parts. They've tried to make story out of something that didn't need to be there. They could have done a lot less, and it would have been a hell of a lot better. But that's my opinion, guys. And if you don't like it, let me know. Comment in the section. Comment down below any thoughts, ideas that you might have. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And I'll try and reply to you if I can. But yeah, that's my review. And well, it's kind of gone off a bit off of a review, but hey, who cares? But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. If you do, please do consider checking out the merch linked in the description below. Yeah, until next time, guys, stay safe, take care, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and may the Schwartz be with you always.